friends, it's been a while since I've been on with you. So I wanted to come on today and talk about a class we have coming up and share with you some really beautiful stamps that are about to retire. So I don't want you to miss out on some of these amazing opportunities, these stamps. So give me, oh yeah, here we are. Awesome. All right. So if you're on today, make sure you say hi, say hello. Everyone that is on today is going to be entered into a drawing tomorrow evening to win a set of Christmas cards. So if you need a couple more Christmas cards, it's the perfect opportunity to get some. I'll even send you the card we make tonight. So go ahead and just share a hello, a hi. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. It's nice to see everybody online again. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so that's going to change. But let me go ahead and flip my camera so you can see all the fun, good stuff we are working on today. I hope I pushed the right button. Oh, yes, here we go. All right. So, there we are. I wanted to come online and show you some of the beautiful things we are making in our classes. So this Saturday, and there is still room if you want to join us, we are going to be using the Night Divine set to make this beautiful sampler. So hopefully that light is reflecting there, okay, so you can see it. It's hard to see in the picture, but this is all three-dimensional. So you can see it's all lifted up inside the frame. It's in a shadow box frame. When we make it, it's not going to come with the frame. However, I do have extra frames that you can purchase. So if you would like, you can actually put that in the RSVP comments and purchase one of these too. They're so pretty. So this kit includes everything you need to make your sampler. It's going to include all the pieces, all the adhesive, everything you need. And I will say, the great thing about coming to class is everything here is already prepped and ready to go. You're not having to die cut anything. It's all set. And the class cost is $15. So $15 and you can make one of these beautiful shadow boxes. And then the frames are an additional $8. Or you can pick them up at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They're really kind of everywhere. Now, if you are not close by and you still want to get your hands on one of these kits, you can purchase them to go as well. And actually the shipping is a lot less expensive because it's a smaller item. It's not a big 12 by 12. It's an 8 by 8. And so they're pretty affordable to send your way too. So if you are not here in Arizona and you're not able to come to class, I can send it to you. All right. Hi, Carol. Oh, Mom, you saved me. Carol is Mom. I ended up having to go to an emergency dental appointment today, and she graciously picked up all my kiddos for me. Thank you, Carol. I owe you big time. And I'm looking forward to making these with you on Saturday. All right, let me show you the products that we use to make this. So we're going to start with the Night Divine set. Right now, this bundle is $48.50. Comes with the dies and the stamp set. You can buy them separately as well, but you get a little bit better deal when you buy them together. The other thing is they are currently while supplies last. So what I'm showing you today is only available while supplies last on our website or until the end of December. So that's it. This catalog, our awesome holiday mini catalog, is retiring at the end of December. So there are some things that are going to carry over maybe to other catalogs, but this stamp set and die set is not. If you have your catalog, it's on page 14, and you can see just some beautiful samples you can make with it. Now there's all kinds of coordinating products that go with them. Unfortunately, I know, A lot of them have already sold out. So it started at the beginning, kind of at the end of November, where we put out that they were going to be last chance items. So the paper we're using today is actually sold out. So unfortunately, you won't be able to get your hands on this paper unless you come to class, because it's already cut, ready to go for you on Saturday. So you don't need to worry about that. This gorgeous Shining Brightly paper, that as soon as it was last chance, sold out very quickly, along with our beautiful little trinkets here. But right now, the 2 stamp and die sets I'm going to show you are still available. So if you're interested in those, hop on that quick. So the Night Divine has all these beautiful sentiments, and then the best part, I think, is this die set. Now, I love the sentiments too, but these dies include the creche. It includes the Holy Family and some shepherds, and this must be a wise man. You get a little sheep in there too. You got a sheep, a little cow, some clouds, a camel. So you've got some really awesome shapes, and I'll show you those all die cut out. And you can see all the pieces here that we've already cut. So lots of little pieces that go with this. We've got our camel, our little cow, got the Holy Family, and there's so much detail on these. It's hard to see, I think, when you're, here we go. But it embosses and cuts at the same time. So you've got tons of texture. Look at our little sheep. He's got curly hair. The grass on the bottom, or the hay. So these are really neat dies. Even this sheep. See this little sheepy here? You can see his hair is all embossed on, so you can see it the shape of his ears and his little face. Just a really neat set. They did a really good job when they put that together. So those are the pieces from that set. That's the Night Divine, and we're going to use most of the dies from that set. Now, we'll talk about how we're going to use the stamps as well, but let me show you the other set that is still available. This is our Stars at Night. Now, the Stars at Night is a little more. It's $56.50 for the bundle. It comes with your stamps, and these ones are polymer, so they have that nice see-through. Don't worry, yours won't be purple or hot pink when you get them. Mine are just well loved. We've been using them a lot. You put them in red and they automatically turn that color, so that's okay. But you've got the traditional Merry Christmas, celebrating the magic of the season, wishing you the best and brightest holiday season, and then all these beautiful stars. So when you open up the other pack you get, you're going to get one of our hybrid embossing folders. So it includes a 3D embossing folder. I just want to show you how these work because they're kind of amazing. So you've got your 3D embossing folder. Open that up and show you with all the stars on it. So pretty. That would make a gorgeous background for a card. And you've got your die set to coordinate. And of course, this is going to cut out your sentiment. I love this one because it perfectly cuts out the sentiment. You've got a couple extra stars here. Lots of different stars. You have a couple that are the same, so you can cut 2 out at once, which is nice if you're doing multiple projects, especially at Christmas time. And you've got this piece. Let me show you how this works. You're going to take this larger piece. You're actually going to fit it right into your folder. And you'll notice when you put it in here, you'll start to feel it catch. It's going to catch right where it needs to be. No, it's not, because I've got it backwards. Okay, let's try that again. Why isn't it on my right side? Oh, I have to put it on the correct side. Sorry, guys. Clearly. There we go. That sticks. It's not going anywhere. Once it's in, you're going to put your paper in with it. And what's going to happen is it's going to die cut out these stars for you. And while it's die cutting them, it's going to deeply emboss them with this 3D embossing folder. And that's where I got this beautiful star. And you can see it's very deeply embossed, just like I was using a 3D embossing folder. And it cut it at the same time. So very cool. You can make some really neat cards with all of these beautiful stars. And then you can use this multiple ways. You don't have to do the cut. You can just use it as a regular embossing folder and makes for some really beautiful backgrounds on your paper. So super, super fun set, super versatile set. Also, while supplies last. I did look tonight. It's not on low inventory, but that doesn't mean that won't change tomorrow or while we're talking, because that has happened to me before. Certainly, there's a particular paper pack in mind that I have tried to get my hands on several times, and every time it went unavailable, and then it just sold out. So there's lots of stuff like that. But this one, if you're interested, make sure you check that out online, and I'll put the link up there for you too. All right. So let's put this together. And we're going to put one together. I'm making a bunch of these for my kiddos, for their teachers. So they make great, great projects to give to teachers. When you're doing a sampler, one of the keys to making a 3-dimensional sampler or any type of home decor is making sure that you use lots of lift when you're putting it. You want to have lots of layers as you're stacking. And so you're going to see I'm going to layer up every single paper that I put on here with our dimensionals. So Stampin' Dimensionals, probably my most favorite thing. I think last year this was I was doing my favorite things list, and this was the winner. And that's just because it gives you some height. You can double them up to get even more height if you want to. But I'm telling you, they are amazing. They come in this larger size, which is our regular, or they come in mini. So you're going to notice today I have to use some scissors to cut these down a little bit to get them, we got a little tiny sheep and a little tiny cow here, and we want to make sure we lift those up, but we got to cut these down a little, but that's okay. They're super easy to cut down, but if you don't want to cut them down, get the minis. Those work great too. So we're starting with an 8x8. So this is just our Misty Moonlight, and I've cut that already to 8x8. And then I took our Very Vanilla and cut that down to 6.5 by 6.5. And then I'm so sorry to say, I took this beautiful designer paper and I cut it down to 6 by 6. This paper is no longer available. Remember, that doesn't mean you can't make paper like this though. Super easy. Take some of our Night of Navy, stamp a bunch of stars in white. Utilize the stamp sets that we have. So you've got all of these great textures on here that you could stamp so easy in our craft white. Or our white. Oh, I don't remember where my white is, but we have white ink that is a pigment ink that sits on top of your paper. So it'll give you that kind of chalk effect on your paper. And you could make your own designer paper with this stamp set. Super easy. Just stamp, 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 stamp. It won't look exactly the same, but it'll look very similar. So don't feel like you can't recreate it. Now again, I do have some more kits available. Not a lot, but I've got a few available for Saturday. So if you're interested in ordering those, make sure you order those right away. All right, we're going to start by just layering this up. So that's going to be our base. Actually, I think I'm going to start by putting all my stuff together. Let's put all our stuff on here first. Then we'll layer it up. That should make it easier. All right. first of all, I'm going to put our land here. So there is in the kit, or in the paper set, some different land forms, and all I've done is just kind of cut them at an angle. And I'm going to lay them right on top. But again, I'm going to pop them up because I want to give them some dimension. So anything I put down today, I'm using dimensionals for. And I'm pretty generous with my dimensionals. Probably more than I need to be, but I'm going to cut them here. Right, a little bit up here. Okay. And then I just peel them off. A lot of people use your take your pick tool to peel these off, but I think they're super easy. They come right off. And then we're just going to stick them right down. Okay. My computer's being fussy. Here we go. Just line that up on the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. Just as long as you have that lift there. And remember, I just free-handed this. I just cut this and kind of squiggled it. Don't have to do anything fancy. Again, if you don't have the paper, not a big deal. Grab some vanilla. Grab a couple pieces of the Pebble Path and just freehand cut a few waves, and it's going to look very similar. It's going to look like your hills. All right, we're going to start with our crush, and before I get too far, one of the things I really want to do is, I'm going to make this one just a little bit different today. We're going to do some embossing on it. So you'll notice that mine doesn't have any words on it. So nothing on here with words. You can put a sentiment on. Like I said, we've got all these beautiful sentiments that we can include. I'm actually going to include a sentiment on the next one I make, and I'm going to emboss it on. So I want to just show you really quickly how we can emboss right on this. But before I did that, I had to get all my measurements together because you want to make sure my gold. Care about my embossing tools here. You want to make sure you're stamping in the right spot. And I'm going to use Oh Holy Night. So I'm just going to put that on my block here. Make sure that fits. Now the only thing I've actually pressed down and stuck is this bottom piece. The rest I'm just eyeballing. So I'm using that to figure out where I'm going to stamp my Oh Holy Night. So I want to center that, and I'm going to stamp my Oh Holy Night right in here. Okay, right toward the top, so that it kind of shows through. Now, before we do that, just to prep our surface, let's go ahead and use our little static buddy here. This comes with our embossing kit, and all it is just anti-static powder, and you just want to rub it on the area so your powder won't stick. You don't want extra powder to stick. You only want it to stick where you stamp. We're going to use our Versamark ink that I put here so I wouldn't lose it. Oh, it's right here. I cleaned my desk. Have you ever done that and then you lose everything? That's where I am today. I'm going to get a separate piece of paper out to put underneath. Sometimes I make a mess. And remember, I want to use this as my guide. I want to make sure I'm stamping right in the middle and that I'm not going to cover up the words with my people here. So I'm going to ink this up with Oh Holy Night. And Versamark ink is just clear ink, but it's sticky. If you choose to just let it dry on its own, it does leave a watermark, which is really cool. Very cool effect if you're making backgrounds. Just kind of a cool effect all around. So I'm going to sort of move this out of the way. Make sure I'm stamping that right in the middle. A little hard to see. Get that out of the way. Okay. All right, I can see it pretty good there too. You can see the watermark. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe you guys can see it a little bit in the light when it reflects. But while it's still wet, I want to make sure and add my embossing powder. So I've chosen gold because that's going to match my star. And when it melts, it gives a really beautiful effect. Now you just want to be careful as you dust this off because you don't want it to go underneath where you've just put all of your land. You want it to go off to the side. So, super simple. Just gonna tap, tap, tap. All right. Ooh, I love it. I can see it already. Okay. Now the magic happens because now we're gonna melt it. And that's when you get that beautiful embossed raised effect going on your paper. So I'm going to use my heat tool. There are two settings on this. There's a low and a high. We're going to use the high. We're going to let it heat up just a second. Get it nice and warm. And because I don't want to warp my paper, one of the things I'll do is I'll actually come in and heat the back and then heat the front. Now, hopefully you can see this magic happening. As soon as it melts, you can see that beautiful gold come out. All right, I'm just going to go over it one more time. You don't want to go over it too much. And, okay, I'm loving that. What do you think? That is super pretty. Okay, so now it has a little bit more to it, right? Now, again, this is going to warp your paper just slightly because when it's pulling, when it melts, that's okay because remember, we're going to pop this up. You'll never be able to tell. Okay, now we've got Oh Holy Night. And again, if you come for the class, totally optional. You decide if you want to put this together like this or however you want to do it. It is yours. You be creative how you want to be creative. Now we just stack all the pieces together. And this is where I'm going to have to start cutting some of these up because you can see it is a lot smaller than my dimensionals. Just use my little snips, best scissors ever. If you don't have yourself a pair of snips, let me know. We can put those on your next order for sure. And I'm going to do my best to make sure I've kind of evenly distributed everything. And once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and remove them and stick them down on our paper. Okay, I cut that one in thirds. Get some on the end here just in case. I'm probably going a little overboard. You probably don't need quite this much, but I like things to stick and stay for a very long time. Now it's going to be protected if you put it in a frame, so it's probably not going anywhere, but you never know, just in case. Just in case. Now we have something very, very cool coming out next month. For anyone who decides to join my team, you have the option of adding a glass mat. I'll be getting mine soon. But these glass mats are awesome because they go right on top of your desk and you can actually do your heat embossing right on top of them. You don't have to lift the paper up like I was doing or use tweezers. You can heat emboss right on the glass because it's glass and it's tempered and it's not going anywhere. You can't hurt it, you can't damage it. So it is awesome. So I'm super excited to start playing with that soon. Oh, here we go. Now we need our little Holy Family. Oh, they fit perfect. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pop them up too, remember? We're going to give everything some dimensionals. I'm just going to do it the easy way and cut a bunch of these in half while we're doing it. I know. All right. Make it easy on me. Just cut a bunch in half, so just pull them right off the paper. There we go. Cut these ones. Now, is everybody finished with your Christmas cards? Are you all done, or are you still working on some? I am definitely still working on some. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Kathy. So nice to see everybody. All right, here we go. Remember to comment. That way you can get added into our drawing. And I'm going to be sending someone the Christmas card that we make today using this beautiful Night Divine stamp and die set. I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite that came out in this catalog. All right, I've got lots of little dimensionals on them. We're going to peel these off. They're going to stick really good. Press mine down a little here. Ah, too sticky. There we go. And we're going to put the Holy Family down. And the nice thing is you're going to start to see multiple layers emerge as we build this out. I'm going to stick my little cow. Where am I going to put the cow? Where do you want to go, cow? We'll just stick him right over on the side. Just a little too big. Trim that off. Okay. All right, little cow. I think it's a cow. A horse? I'm not sure. I'm going to go with cow. There we go. And our cute little lamb is going to get stuck over there too. I love this little lamb. And then we've got our giant camel, because the wise men had to travel on something. Now you're going to notice the camel kind of hangs off a little bit. That's okay, because you're going to have lots of layers underneath him where he's going to stand up a little bit more from there. So you don't need to worry about him. He'll be just fine once we get him on there. And so I'm just going to kind of stick his back end on there because his front end is going to hang over just a little bit. There we go. All right. Now we'll start putting the rest of it together. And this is the fun part where you start to see everything kind of come together. So we're going to, again, be very liberal and generous with our, dimensionals. This is what's going to give it that awesome pop when you put it all together, especially when you put it in your frame. Just makes it pop. It's so pretty. Now, while I'm doing all of this, because I'm going to do this several times, I'm going to keep layering this up. I want to tell you about our 12 days of Christmas that is coming up. So, starting on December 12th, I'm going to be doing a 12 days of Christmas cards. Now, I know most of you have probably already done your Christmas cards, or maybe you haven't yet, and it'll give you some last minute ideas. But every day for 12 days leading up to the day before Christmas Eve, the 23rd, I'm going to have a tutorial for you on a different Christmas card using some fun techniques, some fancy fun folds, all kinds of fun things. And they're all going to be right here on my page. About half of the days are going to be lives. So they're actually going to be me live, just like I'm with you today. And the other half are either going to be recorded videos or pictures with tutorials. So I'll be sharing like how to make the cards and pictures of the cards and just a lot of fun stuff with cards, with Christmas cards. So join me. We're going to be water painting. We're going to be embossing. We're going to be doing tons of different types of embossing. We're going to be using all kinds of embossing folders. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So join me for that starting December 12th. Also, during that time, if you place an order with me, and I have to pull up my cheat sheet here really quick so I can say the right thing. I don't want to mess that up. So if you place an order of $50 or more between now and the end of December, so between now and December 31st, you are going to receive a PDF document with step-by-step directions for all 12 of the cards that we're making during our 12 days of Christmas cards. So you will have a color detailed PDF document emailed directly to you with all of the step-by-step instructions. Now, if you're like, well, I'm a demonstrator, or I don't really need anything right now, but I still want your cards and your tutorial, I'll be selling the tutorial for $20. So if you're just wanting the PDF tutorial to be able to make your own cards, you definitely can purchase that as well. And I'll have a link available later this week with all the details and how to purchase. But it's going to be a really awesome deal. Also, I'm going to be having lots of specials going on during those 12 days. So I'll have some contests, so you want to tune in. I'll be giving away lots of fun prizes. So do join us for 12 days of Christmas cards starting on December 12th. And you'll get to see lots more of me live because I haven't been around live much. So I'm excited to start doing more lives again and sharing all of this with you. All right, lastly, we've got to include our beautiful star. So I'm going to take our star and I'm actually going to pop that up twice. So I'm going to layer, because I want it to be over kind of everything. So I'm going to take 2 dimensionals. I'm going to take the top off one, and I'm going to carefully layer them together. And you don't have to be too careful, but you want them to be on top of each other enough that they'll stand up. And then you're going to set that right in the center of your star. You're going to layer your star up wherever you like. Kind of want mine toward the side here. And I'm just going to press that down. And now it's kind of sticking up above everything. And that's our star with our Oh Holy Night. All right. I love this sampler. Now again, you can make one with us. I've got lots more kits available. Just make sure you get signed up for that. There's an RSVP link in my events right on this page where you're watching this video. Or if you're watching it on YouTube, it's going to be right down below in the comments. So, fun. I love that. All right, I got a quick card for you as well today. So again, I wanted to show you some things that you can make using just this set without any of the specialty papers that aren't available anymore. So this is just very vanilla cardstock. I've cut this to 5.5 by 8.5, and now I'm just going to fold it in half. I've already scored it. Use my bone folder, make it pretty, and I'm going to have my card go open sideways. So just your standard A2 card. Then I'm going to start layering my background. So all I did was cut this beautiful Night of Navy to 4 by 5.25. So it's just giving it a little bit of lip on the outside so you can still see that very vanilla shine through. And we're just going to use our glue and stick that down. I don't know what my kiddos are doing out there. Sounds like fun though. All right. Oh, and the dog. All right. So he was so sad. Here we go. All right, I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to start building this piece. I've cut this really pretty gold. This is, oh darn, I set it right here so I could tell you all about it. Gold. It's not gold. It is our distressed gold. So this is available. It has been going in and out of stock, but it's in our annual catalog, so it will be available. But it's distressed gold, and it just has that really pretty distressed look to it. So I've gone ahead and cut that to, let me check my dimensions. I believe I cut that to 4.5 by 3 1/4. So that's 4.5 by 3 1/4. And then I cut a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and that's at 4 1/4 by 3. So all I did was stack them down 1/4 inch on each side. So that's going to layer right on top. Before we layer that though, we're going to want to stamp. So I grabbed the Oh Holy Night again because I just think that's so pretty with this one. Now I'm going to go ahead and use, we could emboss it, could make it really fancy. I'm just going to use some Night of Navy. That's what's here. You could use all kinds of different colors for this. It'd be pretty in black. It'd be pretty if you're using different colors of blue, different shades of blue. Just get that Versamark off here real quick. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and just take that, make sure we've got ink on it, line it up. Oh Holy Night. Stamp that right on there. Oh, so pretty. Move my stamp pad because I am notorious for sticking my hand in my stamp pad if I leave it open. All right, I love those stamps. They just give such a pretty crisp lettering, and the lettering on this is so pretty. Okay, this one we're going to go ahead and just glue down. All I've done is cut out the Holy Family again. I used Night of Navy to cut them out from the dies in the Night Divine set. And we're going to make sure that the computer is still working. Yes, we are. Okay. And I'm just going to add some glue to the back of that. Put that down. Now you can tell it's the back because the front side has a lot of embossing in it. So it has all of these different pieces where that you can see the print of the grass and the head pieces and even the manger. So just be sure when you're putting it down, gluing it down, that you are gluing on the correct side. Didn't quite glue his head enough. There we go. Don't want their heads to come up. The other thing I did was I used this same distressed gold and I die cut one of the small stars from the other set, which is the Stars at Night. Now, if you don't have one or you only have one or the other, you can use lots of different things for your star. You can stamp your star. You can freehand cut a star. You don't even need a star, actually. It looks really cool without one, but I'm going to go ahead and include my star here. Right above the manger. And again, I'm not using any dimensionals or anything. I'm just simply using some glue and sticking that down. There we go. Tried to center it over the manger. That looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the gold. This is the hard part though. I hate covering up all this beautiful paper. I'll be honest, I probably would like die cut some stars out of here first and then glue this on top, because you're never going to know. You're never going to see the middle. You're only seeing the outside. So one way to save your paper is really to use that middle piece, die cut stuff out, cut an extra square, because you'll use it for something later. If you don't use it, have a plan for it right away. And then you stick your piece on top, and really all you're going to see is just the edges of that gold. All right, lastly, we're going to go ahead and pop this up on top of the card base. So I am going to use a couple dimensionals for this. You don't have to. You absolutely can layer that right on top, and it makes for a beautiful card. But I think it's fun to be able to pop stuff up too. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. That's it, y'all. Super easy card. You've got lots of beautiful sentiments you can stamp on the inside too with these sets. So don't be afraid to do that. All right, there's our Oh Holy Night and our beautiful sampler piece that we did, our 8x8 sampler. Now, remember, if you place an order for any of the things I showed tonight, if you place a $50 order, you are automatically going to receive that $20 worth of PDF file. Oh, my dog just came in. You're going to receive that $20 PDF file with all 12 cards that we make for 12 Days of Christmas, which is really awesome. And then you can use your own supplies to duplicate those cards. If you're looking for Night Divine, that's $48.50 for the set. So pretty. And remember, again, while supplies last. And then we've got those Stars at Night with the embossing folder and the stamps. Love these stamps too, because you've got all these beautiful stars and sentiments. That whole set is $56.50 if you're looking to get all the pieces, or you can buy them separate as well if you just want the stamps or just want the dies. Those are available. Now, one more thing, don't forget, December 12th starts our 12 Days of Christmas. And again, we're going to be having some specials going on all the way up until Christmas time. And be sure to stay in touch, because Celebration is right around the corner. That starts in January, where we have lots of specials. We'll have a brand new catalog to share with you. I'm so excited. Okay, that's squeaking if you hear it. That's my dog and his dog toy. He just came in to squeak for me. That's what he does. But anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. It was really fun to be able to stamp with you and make some beautiful projects. I'm going to go ahead and throw the link up again if you want to sign up for class or get this sampler kit to go. And then if you comment on the video between now and tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Arizona time, I will have you in the drawing to win a pack of Christmas cards, including this beautiful Christmas card we just made tonight. All right, have a wonderful evening. Thanks all for joining me. I appreciate you. Good night, everyone. Good night.